Hello there, friends, and welcome to episode 268 of Just the Zoo of Us. This week, I am joined by a delightfully hilarious sea turtle ecologist for a review of everyone's favorite hamburger-shaped reptiles. We discussed the life of a sea turtle nurse at a beach resort in the Maldives, planes that shoot lasers for science, D&D character ideas, questionable parenting, turtle exorcism, cool scars, a surprise appearance from Kylo Ren, candy corn, and a great big compliment sandwich for sea turtles. Fair warning, we were being extra silly gooses this episode, so just brace yourselves for this one. It is a little goof heavy. I had a great time, and I think that you will too. Just the Zoo of Us presents Sea Turtles with Rushan bin Abdul Rahman. Hello, everybody. This is Ellen Weatherford with Just the Zoo of Us, your favorite animal review podcast. I am so excited to have a new friend to bring y'all today. This is Rushan bin Abdul Rahman. Rushan, say hello.
Hello. How is everyone today, wherever you are, whenever?
I'm great, and I'm the only one that can talk to you right now. So 100% feedback, doing great.
Great. I mean, we have to talk to the audience as well, no? And it's like good morning, good afternoon, good evening to anyone and anyone listening wherever and whenever you are.
And you and I are speaking from kind of opposite sides of... I guess you're in Singapore, right?
Yeah, I'm in Singapore. You're the Pacific side, not the East Coast side. East Coast side would be exactly 12 hours. You're a bit more than that, like 15 or something like that.
Only 15 hours apart.
We got this.
Yeah.
We got this. We're a global community. What's 15 hours?
This is international, baby. It's international podcasting.
This is Just a Zoo of Us, International Edition.
Internationally acclaimed. And you have a really, really cool job, and you get to work with really, really cool animals that I think a lot of people are going to be really excited to hear about because they're very charismatic, they're very well loved, they're very exciting. Before we talk about our cool animal for today, I would like to get to know you. What has your journey been like? How did you get into this work with marine animals?
Fighting tooth and nail, really, against all odds. No, that's a joke, kind of.
I was fully bought in. I was like, oh man.
Well, I guess kind of yes and kind of no. I mean, that joke does come from somewhere, right? Some deep-seated venom and spite and hatred, I suppose, that drives all of us scientists to do what we do.
Steeped.
Yeah, really, really heavily toxic. No, when I was in what we call here Polytechnic, but I guess over there it'd be like colleges, we did this volunteer trip to Malaysia. Specifically, we went to Tioman Island, where we got to volunteer at the Jawara Turtle Project, where they had a sea turtle hatchery. So that's kind of where it started. So we did patrols on the beach, and we would, if we find nests, we brought into the hatchery. If the eggs hatch, then we would release the hatchlings into the water. And we got to see an adult green turtle as well. So that kind of set me off. And then we have in our final semester what they call a final year project, where we would be sent off to different organizations and we would do like a very basic scientific report. And I was fortunate enough to go to the Maldives and work at a resort with marine biologists where I was a sea turtle nurse. So what I did in college was veterinary technology, vet nursing. So when I showed up, the manager was like, okay, we got lots of turtles here. You could nurse them to health. And I said, cool. So on the second day, we satellite tag turtles, and that was basically the report I did, just doing stuff on satellite tagging. And I was quite frustrated with the way that I did it, because I would look at all this data and I would think there must be a better way for me to analyze the data, because all I did was just overlay the tracks over like the current motion or the sea surface height, sea surface temperature, and I was like, yeah, they're following this, and I was very frustrated with it. So throughout university, I made it a point to pick up classes and units where I could figure out how to analyze this data. So in my honors year for university, I had picked up enough of those classes that my honors year project was using laser scans of a beach to determine beach characteristics for nest site selection by flatback sea turtles, which was a really big project. It was a mapping project. It was a statistics project, a machine learning project. It was on flatback turtles. So it was everything I could get my excited, nerdy little hands on.
Does that mean like figuring out what makes a turtle choose a beach? Like what makes a turtle want to lay their eggs there?
Yeah. And there's lots and lots and lots of different reasons. And the one thing that we were looking at was just beach characteristics. And specifically, it was stuff that we could derive from LiDAR scans, light detection and ranging scans, or laser scans, basically. So you fire a laser to a point and then it bounces back. And based on how long it takes for that laser to come back, it calculates that distance and then it subtracts the elevation of the airplane. And then you get the elevation of the beach, basically. So we were looking at things like dune height, beach length, the slope of the beach, the change in angle between the beach and the dune, and a bunch of other things. And we found that the height of the dune was important, which made sense because like in places like Florida, a lot of the loggerheads prefer to nest in front of dark shaded areas. So it made sense that our flatback turtles over in Northwest Australia were also doing that as well. And what was nice about this particular project was that we managed to do this for 220 kilometers of beach. So it was really important to be able to have those analytical kind of semi-automated tools to help us with that. So GIS, Geographic Information System tools, and R as a statistical tool were really important.
Just to rewind just a second, you were a sea turtle nurse in a resort in the Maldives.
Yeah.
Which feels like the most like Hallmark, like rom-com sort of like, if they were introducing the platonic ideal of like a cool guy, they'd be like, oh, he's a sea turtle nurse at a resort in the Maldives.
It was more calm, less rom. If there was any rom, it was between me and the turtles. Don't take that the wrong way, but I loved my turtle. I loved my turtles dearly, not in that way, but just as, you know, as like a father figure. I guess a platonic ideal. That's very interesting. It's of like the nice guy. I don't know. Doesn't fit me. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. Yeah.
I'm just imagining, you know, like holding a little baby sea turtle and being like, I have to nurse this poor little turtle back to health on this beach resort. You know what I mean?
I mean, what do you want me to say? Oh no, it's no big deal. No.
No, that's exactly what you're supposed to say. Like, just doing my job.
Maldives wasn't that beautiful. It was, you know, when you work there, it's like, no, it was the most beautiful place in the world I've ever been. Are you kidding me? I'm so lucky. No one's done. Not a lot of people get to do this. I did it. I'm going to be humble about it. That was amazing. Are you kidding me? I'm not the ideal man.
All those kids out there who really want to be marine biologists, this is what the future could hold for you.
You can be a lot nicer than me. That's what it is. Just, if that's the only lesson that anyone listening to this podcast can take away, be more humble than me.
So you go from nursing baby sea turtles on a beach resort to then lasers from planes, which I feel like is just like a lateral move in the cool sort of factor. Like it's just a different level of cool thing.
I mean, it would be cool if I was the person in the plane, but I wasn't. It wasn't like in Star Wars. I wasn't Chewbacca firing, you know, the laser cannon, right? I was the nerd that got the hard disk with the data. And I was like, oh, thank you. I mean, there it is. After like 2 weeks of running this model, that's what I found out. So a lot of people think I'm a lot cooler than I actually am, but I'm not. I'm really just 100% nerd.
You're the one on the ground looking up at the laser plane going, I can't wait for this spreadsheet.
Yeah, man. No, really. It's like, I feel like I'm the penguin that looks at the flying bird and saying, if only. That's what I feel like in my entire adult career of sea turtle ecology, that's how I am. I'll look at people on the beach and be like, that could have been me.
That could have been me.
Yeah. If only.
Oh, all I got to do was nurse baby sea turtles at a beach resort.
I mean, when you put it that way.
So, for anyone listening to this who maybe isn't super familiar with sea turtles, could you give us a little intro? Where would sea turtles be, like, in the sort of family tree?
This is a great question, because I think when we kind of boil it down, it comes to that question that I get a lot. What is the difference between a turtle, tortoise, and terrapin?
Oh, terrapin. That's a word you don't hear a lot, I feel like.
We hear terrapin a lot in North America. We don't hear terrapin a lot in the rest of the world, but mostly North America, we hear that a lot. So when we look at turtle is a perfectly suitable name to encapsulate all of these different creatures with a shell, right? So we have tortoises, which are these big, hulky animals, and they're the ones with the elephant feet, and they're super heavy. So that could be things like your Galapagos turtle. It could be your African sulcata tortoise as well. It can also be as small little things like Indian star tortoise as well. Basically, these things, if you throw them into the water, they'll die because they can't swim.
We had a huge problem with that in Florida because we had lots of native turtles who naturally swim, and we also had gopher tortoises, which super couldn't swim. But a lot of people would be driving down the road and see a turtle walking across the road and thinking, I'm going to do my good deed for the day and help this turtle return to the pond. Yeah. And then toss a gopher tortoise into the pond.
Yeah.
And then be like, my job here is done.
And that's the thing. There was only like one video this video circulated everywhere of like this person just throwing, it's like, goodbye turtle, and it just threw this turtle head first into the pond, and it never came back up. And like that video ended up in my DMs I don't know how many times, and people were like, oh, Rushan, look at this, she did a great thing. It's like, no, she did not.
Psychic damage every time.
I'm about to have a stroke.
This is a situation in which you will need to know whether you're dealing with a tortoise or, not a tortoise. This
exactly.
Gonna come in handy.
So the thing, terrapins, those are the ones that can swim. And these are the ones that will have like little webbed feet. And they're not going to be very far away from a body of water. And that's the thing. So like when you sneak up on a terrapin, if there's water nearby, the first thing it's going to do is just bolt straight into the water. That's how you know. If you see some kind of shelled creature crossing the road, the best thing that you could do is just push it to the side of the road and just let it do its thing. Don't throw it back into the water if you don't know whether it can swim or not. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, let them make that decision for themselves.
Let them make that decision. And then when we talk about sea turtles are the flippered ones. There is a freshwater species of turtle that does have flippers, which is the pig-nosed turtle. I can't remember where they are in the world, but they do have pig noses. And then we have 7 species of shelled marine turtles that live in the ocean. It comes with a name, right? Marine sea. There are 7 species, and 2 of them are endemic to only specific places. So Kemp's Ridley sea turtles are endemic to the Atlantic Ocean mostly, and they nest mostly around the Gulf of Mexico, so in Texas and Mexico as well. And then we have the flatback turtles, which can only be found on the Australian continental shelf. They only nest in Australia, but their foraging sites can go up as far as Java in Indonesia, because it's all part of the continental shelf, right? And Papua New Guinea and East Timor. We have the green turtles, which are found globally. We have leatherback turtles, which are also found globally, but stay out in the deep oceans.
Those things are huge.
They are massive. They're huge. I have never got to see one before, but every time I see a video of it, I'm always just stunned at how massive they are. And so leatherback turtles are great because they are the only existing member of their family of turtles that were around since the time of the dinosaurs. So if you were wondering what turtles looked like during the time of the dinosaurs, most likely the leatherback turtle, but probably about 30 to 60% bigger.
And leatherbacks are already 30 to 60% bigger than whatever you think they are. Like, however big you think they are, They're 30 to 60% bigger than that.
They're bigger, yeah. They're bigger, and they have the face that makes one direction go the other direction, and so it's like they're big beasts and they're ugly, and I would imagine that it's incredible to see. Like I look at a green turtle, and it's already really stunning. I can't imagine what a leatherback turtle is going to be. They're so big, they produce their own body heat. These are reptiles. They're meant to be cold-blooded. They're meant to be getting their heat from the surrounding environment. They're so big, they produce their own heat. What? How does that happen? Leatherback turtles, baby. Leatherback turtles.
They're killing it. They're killing the game.
Yeah, you love to see it.
That's why they've been around so long. They're built different.
Yeah, built different. I'm going to be around for a while. I'm just built different, too. We should all aspire to be leatherback turtles.
I have had the amazing opportunity of being able to see wild green sea turtles, or
Wonderful.
one wild green sea turtle. It was in Hawaii. We were snorkeling. We went way off into this reef, and while snorkeling out there, just by complete chance, a green sea turtle happened to just swim right into the reef as we were there. And of course, the instructors that were there trying to, corral everybody basically were like, if any of you, if a single one of you, if I catch any of you acting a fool and trying something with a sea turtle,
you're not coming back up to the surface. You're all turtle food.
I will turn this boat around.
So you are actually really, really, really blessed to see that turtle, because listeners at home, what you didn't hear is that I said that there are 7 species of turtles. Depending who you talk to, there are 8. It's generally speaking within our turtle community, we accept that there are 7 species of sea turtles. There might be some old timers that say that there are 8 species of sea turtles, and they say that the one that your host Ellen saw was the 8th species of sea turtle, because the ones that hang out around Hawaii are green turtles, yes, but they are so morphologically, physically different from other green turtles that a lot of people thought that they were a completely different species altogether. For one, they're much bigger. 2, their shells are black, and which is why they ended up being called the black turtle as well. And so when the moment hatchlings come out of the beach and hit the water, only the females will ever return to the beach to lay eggs. Males will stay in the water forever, their entire life. They never come back onto land, right? Black turtles, or the green turtles in Hawaii, are the only ones where both members of the species will come up onto land, and they do it to bask. So we have behavioral and morphological differences from other green sea turtles. And if you go to Hawaii and you go out to some of the rocky lava outcrops there, you may end up accidentally standing on a black turtle thinking that it's a rock, which is what happened to one of my friends.
Oh no!
Yeah. So she was walking out there and she was like, wow, look at all these. Whoa, the turtle moved. It's like, it was like really like an episode of Fred Flintstone, just being carried away by this massive green turtle, which was just as dark as the rocks around, which makes sense because when you think about what Hawaii is, it's just like this volcanic outcrop in the middle of the ocean. Like the water surrounding it is probably going to be quite cold. So the turtles are probably dark so that they can come up and absorb that heat from the sun. And that's why they have that behavioral difference of needing to come onto the beach to bask, both species. So yeah, only subspecies of turtle where both male and females will come onto the beach to bask. So you're very lucky, Ellen. If I ever get to go to Hawaii, that's the first thing I'm going to go. It's like, I'm going to get off. I'm not even going to check into a hotel. I'm just going to drag my poor wife with me to the rocky outcrops so that we're going to see the green turtle in Hawaii, like all our luggage. That's all we're going to do.
You step off of the airplane and just keep walking directly into the ocean.
Sir, immigration is this way, sir.
You have to go to customs.
No, the turtles. They called me the turtles. My turtle people need me.
You're like, I have a meeting. I have an appointment.
I am more important than your immigration laws.
Diplomatic immunity as a turtle ambassador.
Of what country, sir? Turtle Land.
Turtles. I mean, like, if you lived off the coast of Hawaii, wouldn't you also take every opportunity to come onto the shore, right? Like, pretty well known for having like the most amazing shores, right? Like,
of course,
if you were there, you definitely, like, even the male sea turtles are like, I don't even have to be here. I'm coming up on the beach because it's nice.
I'm just coming up onto the beach, looking at the chicks, just basking in the sun.
It's just nice up here, y'all.
Yeah.
You think they look at the other male sea turtles that don't come onto the beaches and they're like, have you tried it? It's great up here.
Yeah, obviously, duh. It's like, okay, so my manager, when I was at the Maldives, he did work in Hawaii, and he was like, as beautiful as Maldives is, Hawaii is just, every time I look over at the beach in Hawaii, it's just, I'm speechless. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm in the Maldives now, so why don't you just...
What good is that to me?
Cool your jets, man. Cool your jets. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes sense that the sea turtles would be like, yeah, that's actually pretty great. I think I will just scoot on up there. They're like, oh, yeah, I need to, get warm. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, like, that's what it is. Yeah, get warm. That's what I tell my mother. I'm just getting warm, Ma.
I'm just getting warm for a few weeks. Don't look for me.
Don't look for me.
Since we're talking a little bit about the different adaptations that different types of sea turtles can have and, the ways that their bodies can adapt to different circumstances, if this is anyone's first time listening to this podcast, we rate animals out of 10 in different categories. And the first one is effectiveness. This is physical adaptations, things built into the animal's body that let them do a good job of the things that they're trying to do, whether that's maybe get their own food or not become food themselves. So what would you give sea turtles out of 10 for effectiveness?
I was going to give them a much lower score, but because I'm looking at what the next rating is, I think I would still probably give them a 10 out of 10. Specifically, and I'll give them a 9 out of 10. I'll give them a 9 out of 10.
Tough but fair. No one's perfect.
Tough. I think it's tough but fair. I'm Asian. Tough love. I think that's what it is. Never give a perfect score and always be disappointed in your children for not having 100 out of 100. What are you going to do? Anyway.
Even when you are the one... fully within your power. Fully within your power to give 100.
I just can't get this Asian out of me, man. It's like I must be tough on you. There's some deep-seated trauma. I'm just going to have a lot of conversations with my therapist next session. Anyway.
Just play her this episode. Be like, hey.
Oh, God. She'll listen to this episode and she'll be like, there's a lot more wrong with you than we initially thought.
But I did learn a lot about sea turtles, so...
Oh my God. Where were we? What were we talking about? What's happened to this show? Okay,
sea turtles.
Effectiveness. All right. 9 out of 10. Reason being, for the marine environment, perfectly adapted, right? When you look at a tortoise and you look at a terrapin on land, the number one feature is that they can retract into their shell, right? Turtles have completely lost that. And the reason they lost that is because the shell needs to flatten out and become more streamlined so that they can zip through the water really fast, right? And they can do that perfectly. Their front flippers are what powers them through the water. Their back flippers help them rudder around. And a lot of people think, oh no, how do they save themselves from sharks if they can't, get their flippers into their shell? My man, all they do is that if a shark's coming at them, they just turn their bodies so that their shell is perpendicular to the face of the shark, and they just circle the shark like that. So the thing about sharks is that, and actually most fish really, have this something called mouth gape limitation. And what that basically means is they'll eat whatever fits in their mouth. So a turtle on its side is easy to get their chompers around, right? But once you turn that around and they put their face into a shell, they can't get their mouth around it. It's like if I wanted to eat this glass. There's a visual joke for those at home. I'm pressing a glass against my face and I can't get.
Yeah, the teeth clinking, I think, painted a mental picture.
So, but if I can get my teeth around the rim of the glass like this,
sure,
that works. It's the same thing for turtles. So, and I think that's great. So hydrodynamics.
I do like tilting their entire body, mimicking like holding your hand up to someone and being like, no.
Talk to the hand. Talk to the shell, baby. Not today. But then you still get some young turtles that kind of mess up, and then the shark still grabs them. And it's like, well, that's my life.
Well,
had a good
all
run.
Right. I thought I had this one. Sorry, guys.
Bye. Sorry, mother. I am not the 1 in 1,000.
I was not built different, I am afraid. I was built the same, it appears. I like a shield bash moment, you know?
Yeah,
like
it's
like, you know, when you're playing a like Skyrim or something, sometimes you go put your shield up.
Yeah. Yeah, Fusrada that.
Or if you're me, you forget what button does the shield and you go the entire game without ever using it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. So much for hotkeys.
Oh no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. So they do that. They shield bash, and speaking of shield bash, there are actually some cultures of the world, indigenous cultures of the world, that use the green turtle shell as a shield because it's just so hard and heavy. But you have to imagine how heavy that is. So these are really, really massive, huge people that you like. Why would you go to war with these people if they can carry? Like, if I saw someone carrying a green turtle shell on one arm, I just turn around and walk away. It's like white flag, throw it.
Like, you can keep whatever it was I was here for.
I'm not colonizing this island. Y'all can have whatever, right? Yeah, I'm done.
I don't want it that bad. It ain't that serious.
It ain't. Whatever it was, it's not that important. It's a goodbye. Have a good day.
Now, the sea turtle shell does also kind of have that cavity in the middle too, right? So, like, I'm imagining it lends itself well to like a portable shield.
It would, yeah, it would.
Put your arm right up in the middle of it.
It would, yeah. I think it would be a great imaginative shield to use for like a D&D game, a Dungeons and Dragons game. It's like you picked up a turtle shell shield that's good as a surfboard as well, or something like that. I don't know.
I know a lot of DMs listening are furiously scribbling. Write that down.
Increases AC by 2.
Add that to my character sheet.
No! And the only reason I give them a 9 as well is because they are so good at what they do in the marine environment that they've become so crap in what they do on the land environment, which is to lay eggs. If you've seen a turtle on land, it is like you would never think that this thing was the most beautiful thing in the world. They look so derpy, they're so slow, and they just crawl up onto the beach, and they're like the most vulnerable thing there. Like raccoons can go up to them and grab them, or a bear could come up to them, and like crocodiles. So there was a study done in Australia that one of my colleagues did. He just sat on the beach and just watched crocodiles attack nesting turtles. And one of the excerpts is that this saltwater Australian crocodile, which is not to be messed with, these are like 30 feet long, and he wrote in the paper, it charged the turtle with such force that part of its shell broke off and flew 30 feet away, and the turtle and the crocodile just picked up the turtle in its jaws, turned back to the water. The turtle managed to get out, and then the crocodile just ran after it again and just dragged it into the water.
Oh, no.
So like when you're on the beach, dead in the water. Pun intended.
Dead due to not in water.
Dead in the water, yes. Thank you. See, Ellen, this is why you're so smart, and I'm just sitting here.
It is yet another example of my favorite thing that happens in evolution, where an animal kind of parkours from water to land back to water.
Yeah.
Right? Like starting out in the water as we all did, if you go back far enough, right? And then Tiktaalik just kind of like flops its way onto the land, and they're like, okay, I'll do this for a few million years. And then after a few million years, some of them are like, actually,
water's not a bad idea.
I think they had it right. Like, I think this all sucks. Like, it sucks up here. I think we were good before. Let's go back. Like, let's try it again. Let's try it again. But then they get back and they're like, oh no, I forgot how to breathe down here. So unfortunately.
And I need to lay eggs that require air rather than oxygen that's permeable in water. So
perhaps not the most seamless sort of transition back into water. Because they're like, oh no, now I'm tied here.
Yeah. Oh well, they're beautiful anyway, no.
And when they do come back, that's when we get to see them. We get to appreciate them. Like, they get to come onto our turf. It's not our turf at all.
No. even if it's my private property. They're my turtle. No, it's the government's turtle.
I'm sorry to inform you, sir, that is a federally protected turtle.
It's not a pet just because it's moving your barbecue pit to lay its eggs.
But I thought that every molecule that touches the land that I paid for
between hell and heaven belongs to me. This airspace is mine. That plane needs to pay taxes to me.
My slice of the universe. Hey there, we're going to take a quick break to hear from a couple of our friends on the Maximum Fun Network. When we get back, we are rating ingenuity and aesthetics for sea turtles, so stick around.
Oh my gosh, hi, it's me, Dave Holmes, host of Troubled Waters, the pop culture battle to the ego death. Okay, everybody, word association with Troubled Waters. First one to fumble loses. Go.
Comedy.
Panel show.
Guests.
Celebrities.
Games.
Oh, sound rounds.
Improvised speeches.
Puns disguised as trivia.
A very niche Flash Gordon clip.
Chapel Rowan.
Oh, no, Riley, I'm sorry. She will not return our phone calls. I am afraid you're out.
A girl can dream.
Oh, but dreaming will not earn a girl any points. Troubled Waters. Listen on Maximum Fun or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Yucky Jessica.
I'm Chuck Crudsworth.
And this is Terrible,
A podcast where we talk about things we hate that are awful.
Today we're discussing Wonderful, a podcast on the Maximum Fun Network.
Hosts Rachel and Griffin McElroy, a real-life married couple,
Yuck!
discuss a wide range of topics. Music, video games, poetry, snacks.
But I hate all that stuff.
I know you do, Yucky Jessica.
It comes out every Wednesday, the worst day of the week, wherever you download your podcasts.
For our next topic, we're talking Fiona, the baby hippo from the Cincinnati Zoo.
I hate this little hippo.
Let's talk ingenuity. For anyone for whom this is their first time listening to this podcast, this is behaviors, like things the animal is doing to navigate their environment, solve problems that they face, things like that. So what would you give sea turtles out of 10 for ingenuity?
Solid 0.
It's not a lot going on in there.
No, it's just they're cute and that's about it. It's and the thing is that evolution has dealt them wonderful cards. Like all their physiology, morphology, like there's 7 different species and they have all evolved to take up their ecological niches perfectly, right? That has nothing to do with how intelligent they are. At the end of the day, they are still reptiles and they're not bright. Okay, so I think there were sometimes when I was doing my honors and we'd be walking on the beach in broad daylight, and then on the other side of the dune opposite of the water, we'd see a dead female because it had gone too far up on the dune and had fell over the other side onto its back, and it couldn't get up and it just cooked in the sun.
Oh no.
Yeah,
oh, baby girl. That was too much.
Yeah, you've gone too far, baby girl. Come back. No.
Baby girl, no.
No.
Girl, you flopped too close to the sun.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that's what it was. It's like, unlike their terrestrial cousins, they can't flip back over. So they'll just wait for intelligent monkeys to come by and flip them over and bring them back into the water. But, these monkeys came too late.
They're like, boy, I hope that evolution has blessed me with another species with hands.
Altruism, that's what I'm banking on. Evolutionary altruism, that's what I'm hoping for.
Sure hope a large bald primate nearby.
It ain't happening.
No.
Yeah, so if you're talking about ingenuity, about like how smart they are, forget about it, man. This is a 0 out of 10. Maybe that's me being Asian, but fine, I'll be nicer. 1 out of 10. Let's do that. 1 out of 10. We'll do that.
As someone who has had 2 children, I really respect the hustle of like laying your eggs and then just kind of tossing some sand over them and being like, hope this works out for you. Like, hope y'all got it from here.
That's what I want to do.
And being like, later.
Peace out. Going out for milk.
Like, oh, this next part is going to be really hard and most of you will die. And am I going to help you? No, I don't have hands. So I'll see you later.
There's some really tragic memes and reels and comics out there of like the difficulty that baby sea turtles face that always land in my inbox for like, it's been happening for years. And I just can't do this anymore. Turtles are really, yeah. All right, fine. I'll give them a 1 out of 10 for poor parenting or proper parenting. Who am I to say?
That's true. We can't give them human values, right? They have reptile values.
Yeah, exactly. Except crocodiles take care of their children.
That's true. Alligators are very doting parents. So, we've seen better from reptiles. So, know better, do better.
Yeah, exactly. Know better, do better. Yeah.
Although, even if the sea turtle did stay behind, what is she going to do? Like, she can't help. Right?
No,
she can't, there's nothing, she's like, I can't help you.
Yeah, what am I going to do? Fight the shark? I swim away from the shark too. It's like,
right, she's like, what do I?
If anything, you're all decoys for me to get away from the shark.
It's a quokka strategy.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
They can't eat all of us, so.
Yeah, exactly. Predator saturation.
I'm using my children as a prey buffer of sorts.
Goodbye, offspring. Swimming buffet.
That's the least realistic thing about Finding Nemo, I feel like, is that the sea turtle is still near their offspring and interacting with them.
I remember watching that and not thinking too much about it. And then when I started getting into sea turtle biology, I was like, hang on a second. And I rewatched that show. I was like, that's not real. Those kids would be dead. They wouldn't know. Are you my father?
Same with the clownfish, too.
Yeah, same with the clownfish.
Yeah, clownfish are like, no, see you later. They just drift off with the current, right? And then it's the same thing. They're like, all right,
they're just
bye.
Plankton out in the middle of the ocean.
They're like, my job here is done. So a lot of times I will ask people that have worked with animals either in the wild or in captivity, in whatever context, if there has ever been a time where you were working with one and they did something that really caught you off guard or really surprised you. For a lot of people that could be like, oh, they did something really super clever that I didn't think they would do. It doesn't sound like maybe that has happened.
They've disappointed me more than anything.
Oh, no.
No, that's the Asian parent in me coming out. No. I did try to exercise this turtle. So when I was in the Maldives, we had this very large...
Was it haunted?
No. What did I say?
Exercise.
No, I wasn't trying to... And by the power of Jesus, get this out of you. No, I wasn't doing that. No, it was exercise, just taking it out into the ocean and just getting it.
What does that say about me that I hear the word exercise and I'm like, demons? That's the demon one, right?
I don't want to know what's happening in your house. If you have two small children, are they crawling up the walls right now? Is that what's happening?
Honestly,
they probably could actually. And that doesn't even need demons. It's
they very well may be, but guess whose problem that's not right now? Mine, because I'm in the office and my door is shut. So
amazing.
It's goblin hour. All right, so you were exercising a sea turtle.
Yeah, so I was exercising a sea turtle, and I turned my back on the sea turtle for 5 seconds, and it bit me in the back. And
how?
I had...
Literally how?
It just right here on my shoulder, and I have a photo of it, and I mean, it's not going to make it, but the point is that it's just this perfectly symmetrical beak shape, right on my shoulder, and I've always called it the turtle's kiss. To this day, yeah. It's not there anymore, but every time I show people, it's the turtle's kiss right there.
You must be one of very few people in history to have a hickey from a turtle.
I don't know whether to count myself lucky or not. It's I'm just glad that it's not an appendage that would have broken off like my fingers.
That's
it's
true.
The flat on my back, I'm happy with that. It's was it my nose, my finger, my toes? Nah.
Is that beak very formidable? I know that they have a sort of beak shape.
It was an olive ridley turtle, and their beaks tend to be quite a bit sharper than green turtles and hawksbill turtles. So it was sharp. It didn't cut the skin, that's for sure. But if it was a loggerhead turtle, there'd be no flesh there. That's for sure. I was lucky to walk away with a wound that healed with totally no scars at all.
That would have made a fun scar, though, because that would have been a cool story.
Yeah, that would have been a really cool story. But how do you even even get to it. It's like, hey, have you looked at this? And I start taking my shirt off in the middle of a party. It's like, hey, look at this. Get a load of this. You know, did this.
You'll never guess how I got this.
You want to know how I got my scars?
Now you have to get a tattoo. You have to get a tattoo of it so that now you have an opportunity to like flex a little bit. Be like, yeah, that's from a sea turtle I was nursing on a beach resort in the Maldives.
Yeah.
And make sure that when you're pointing to it, you really just kind of like flex a little, just hit a little bit of a pose. Like,
yeah, just like, it's like, there ain't no pose here, sweetheart. It's like, my bodybuilding days are way gone. It's just, I've been in the bulk stage for 20 years now.
Bulky, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I was like, you know, if you're a creature who maybe there's not a ton going on in the old noggin, maybe there's not like a lot of thoughts happening in there, it's probably good that the things that they are hunting literally don't have a brain. Like, it's not difficult for you to outsmart a jellyfish, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a leatherback turtle, yeah, that's going to be your main mode of prey for sure. But like loggerhead turtles, they do go after crustaceans, and I have seen, and like crustaceans, sometimes you look at them and you see what they do, and they're probably on a magnitude of 50 times smarter than a turtle. Like I've seen a video of a loggerhead turtle trying to chomp down on a lobster, and then the lobster just keeps moving about 2 feet away, like every time, and just manages to get into the burrow, and then the loggerhead is just like.
People can't see, but you just kind of had a very blank expression.
Just opening and closing my mouth.
Like, okay, there's nothing I can do about this.
Yeah, and then it just goes on to do the exact same thing with another lobster about 20 feet away.
Better try the exact same thing.
That's the side of insanity, doing the exact same thing, thinking you'll get the exact same result. And somehow turtles manage to do it. Don't know why.
They're like, yeah, I better not change anything about my approach.
Yeah. Ingenuity, 0.
These poor little guys were being so mean. They're so. I feel like I can't because they're so cute.
It's part of my anti-turtle propaganda, you see.
Okay, here's one thing I have heard about sea turtles, because you know what? They came up in our episode about tiger sharks, because I heard that they found sea turtle shell pieces in the stomach of like tiger sharks, and they're like, well, dang, I guess that whole shell thing didn't really work out the way they thought it would.
That's the thing. It's like for tigers and bulls, right? It's just that mouthgate limitation. If they can't get their jaws on a turtle, there's nothing that's going to stop them from breaking that shell. There is not. They'll just like a Rottweiler, you know. They'll break it. They'll absolutely break it.
I guess we maybe could graciously offer the sea turtle some credit for rotating their body 90 degrees. Because otherwise you're swimming like parallel with the horizon. You're hamburger style, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You are very hamburger shaped.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're so grabbable.
It makes sharks feel like if only I had hands, I could grab it like this and just put it in my mouth. It's a really good sign. So like if you're out swimming in the reefs and you want to know if a turtle is uncomfortable with you, and it does that, like it tilts to show its shell to you, that's when you know that you've caused it a lot of stress. So for those of you listening and you're out in the reefs and a turtle does that to you, maybe it's time to back off.
Yeah, when we were out snorkeling, once a turtle showed up, the instructors were like, do not. Like, you should not be within, melee range of this turtle, basically. Yeah. Like, you guys are going to need to give it a wide berth. And the turtle kind of stayed far away from us, too. Like, it seemed like it really wasn't interested in being very close to us, but it was close enough for us to see. And so they're so fast, like, in the water that, like, they can create a gap if they want to. They can scoot on out of there if they need to.
Yeah, it's just we don't want to be the reason that they scoot off. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
leave them alone.
Yeah.
They're going through enough.
The 1 in 1,000 thing is hard.
That's true. If you make it to adulthood, you're like the chosen one.
Yeah, basically. It's like you are the Jedi Knight that was meant to be here.
They have like an entire species of just super soldiers, because they're like, you had to like do the like Hunger Games gauntlet just to like be alive.
I'm sorry, I don't know if this is gonna make it, but it's like
chosen one for the emperor. I'm sorry, I don't know if this is gonna make. And remember, the emperor, you will lay eggs in the dish.
I have to be so clear. You did that sound. I did not add that vocal modulation. You have like a soundboard over there on your end.
Oh man, Dungeons and Dragons Online has really changed the gaming scape for me. It's just, I love it.
You can summon Kylo Ren just at a moment's notice. You can just be Kylo Ren whenever you want.
My pronouns are he and not him because I could never be Kylo Ren. Him.
Kylo Ren.
I could never be that good looking. Maybe I could be that nerdy. Never that good looking.
Adam Driver is a very particular taste. You know what I mean? Like you kind of love him or hate him. I feel like he's like the Sphinx cat of people.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he's like the candy corn of of people.
That's very specific. Candy corn.
I don't know if candy corn is popular outside of North America, but it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
So I see where you sit on the Adam Driver fence.
Oh man, but you know what? But I love Sphinx cats. So
okay.
I'm of two minds. Right. I think I have conflicting feelings about
Adam Driver.
The duality of man.
Duality of Kylo Ren.
Now, Adam Driver. Some people have differing feelings about the aesthetics of Adam Driver. Maybe some people have differing feelings on the aesthetics of sea turtles, which is the final category.
That's a fantastic segue.
Honestly, like this is my bread and butter, baby.
Ellen has to bring this chaos back to the...
I've had to do this so many times that I will look for any vine to swing to. The last category we rate animals on is aesthetics, how nice this animal is to look at. And you have gotten to look at quite a few sea turtles, so I feel like you have a very well-informed opinion on sea turtle aesthetics. What do you give sea turtles out of 10 for aesthetics?
A solid 10, I think.
Okay, so this was a like bit of a compliment sandwich for sea turtles, I think, because we went really hard on very, very high marks with just like an absolute roast in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. No, and that's just, we want to have that turtle hamburger.
Yeah. like a shark. We want to have a turtle hamburger.
Oh, did you not know I'm actually a shark in a human costume right now? Let me just unzip this.
Oh my gosh, wow. You masked so well.
It's like, viewers at home can't see this, but I am a shark right now.
That's true, yeah.
No, I give them a solid 10 out of 10. So the thing about a lot of turtle biologists, or at least a lot of people that work with turtles, and then they bring like groups out to see turtles. So when people don't see turtles a lot and they see turtles, they get really excited.
Like me. That happened to me.
And a lot of my friends who work with turtles, they have to like kind of hype themselves up so that they don't bring the mood down, because you don't want to be that guy that's like, I've seen this so many times. It's snobbish. It kind of dulls the mood. It's a beautiful moment, so let them have it. So they'll be saying, wow, a turtle. So it's like they really have to get themselves up like that. For me, every time I see a turtle, it's like the first time I see a turtle. Every time I go for like a recreational dive or recreational snorkel, or if I'm out working and I'm releasing hatchlings, or whenever I go back to the rescue center in the Maldives to help out with stuff over there, every time I see our turtles is always like the first time I've ever seen them, and it's the most beautiful thing. Solid 10 out of 10 turtle sandwich. Love it.
I might go so far as to say they're perhaps the cutest turtle. I feel like they're like the cutest, perhaps, like group of turtles.
The turtles out there. I would say so.
And they also have such a sort of serenity to them, like they feel so calming, which I know is just because of the sort of blank expression. Now that I know it's from the bliss of ignorance, like it's just the absolute like nirvana of having no thoughts, completely empty head. Like,
that reptilian brain really allows them a lot of peace.
a lot of inner peace going on. Because, like, it's easy to see them and, like, mistake this sort of, like, calm energy for, like, wisdom, right? And, like, some sort of, like, sage, you know, this, like, sage wisdom. But then if you had, like, a mind reading device and you could just, like, hold it up to their head and listen to what's going on in there, it would just be, like, elevator music. Just,
yeah,
like,
it would be. Just...
like a hold tone.
I think it's just perpetually a couple of things. I guess you're right. A lot of people kind of look at turtles and it's like they think, oh yeah, this Master Oogway kind of feel, right? And with sea turtles in particular, I think a lot of it could also be you're not just looking at sea turtles in isolation, it's the context within which they are in. It's the tropical beach or it's the vast ocean. And if you ever have the opportunity and you're out in the middle of the ocean and you dive in and there's like nothing, there's just abyss, but you see like this tiniest little turtle just swimming by, just trying to look for a bit of flotsam. And it's just trying to make it in this world. And you're like, you know what, little turtle? I feel you.
You're like, that's so me for real. Like,
yeah, exactly.
They're just like me for real.
I'm just this tiny little hatchling trying to not get eaten by this system that we call capitalism and trying to make it to reproductive age. If that's not an analogy for my life, I don't know what is. And I guess the second thing is psychologists will have a lot to say about whether reptilian brains are actually very calm or not, because that's actually the part of the brain that is responsible for all our anxiety and fight and flight, I suppose. So, yeah, maybe it is elevator music. Maybe all we're hearing, if you put a voice recorder in their heads, it's all.
It's just like the Skyrim enemy approaching music. It's like
yes.
bum bum bum. I can't see it. You cannot fast travel. There are enemies nearby.
This is a very multi-layered podcast right now. It's like lots of gaming references. There's a lot of deep cuts here.
Welcome to my show.
The greatest show out there, people. The greatest show. Joe Rogan, eat your heart out.
He wishes, honestly. Dude doesn't know anything about sea turtles.
No, he should be here. No.
No, I think I'm good.
I'm okay. Can we keep that?
Pass, I think I'm all right on that one.
Oh my god.
I know he listens.
No, he doesn't. Does he?
No, he doesn't. What? No. If there was like a list of 5 people that I would absolutely like, that if you had a gun to my head and you said, name 5 people who don't listen to your podcast. And you said, if any one of these 5 people has ever listened to your podcast, I'm pulling the trigger and you're going to die. Joe Rogan would be like number 1.
Followed by Elon Musk.
Elon Musk has definitely never listened.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
This show's gone off the rails.
We're having a great time. Thank you so much for your enthusiasm and your knowledge and your sense of humor. And your good vibes and your insights into the perhaps simple world of sea turtles.
No worries. It took a lot of trauma to be this funny.
So if we can make it work, right? Like, you gotta make it useful.
Yeah, gotta channel it somewhere.
Better get something out of this.
To fit the society somehow. Yeah.
For anybody listening who wants to learn more about the work that you do, or if there's any like projects that you're involved with right now that you want people to know about, where can people go next after listening to this?
If people want to find out about what I do, they can find me on Instagram at Rushanicus_Singaporensis. That's a mouthful, so maybe you could put it in the description, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I always put like links in the description so people can just click the links.
The other thing that we could do, you could look up Olive Ridley Project. We're an organization out in the Indian Ocean based out of the Maldives, where we are looking to protect sea turtles and their habitats through trying to reduce the amount of marine debris, particularly ghost nets out in the Indian Ocean. We have quite a lot of things going on, and my project is the Satellite Tagging Project and Movement Ecology Project. You can follow James Cook University because that's where I'm doing my PhD currently, where I'm doing the conservation of sea turtles in all of Southeast Asia. Their spatial ecology, which is basically looking at identifying important habitats for turtles. So I'll try to make a very short reel about what it is that I exactly do so that you can see what it is I do and follow my updates on my Instagram. So there we go.
Awesome. Thank you again so much. It has been so fun talking to you. I hope that anybody listening has learned something new and had a little fun today. Thank you so much. We will talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for listening. I hope that sea turtles have made it across the treacherous sands of the beach back to the safety of your heart. If you liked what you heard, I hope you leave behind some kind words for us in a review on your podcast app of choice. If you want to hang out with us online, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Links to everything will be in the episode description. You can also send me an email at ellen@justthezooofus.com if you have a cool animal you'd like to hear us talk about on the show. We would like to thank Maximum Fun for having us on their network alongside their other wonderful shows like the ones that you heard promos for here today. You can go check those out and learn more about the network and how you can be a part of supporting our show over at MaximumFun.org. Finally, we would like to thank Louis Zong for our theme music. That's all for today. We'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
Supported
directly
by you.